Hi, I'm Foxx Rant, your host with the most fur, and I got a special video today to discuss some topics that I see floating around online, especially nowadays, and I just wanted to say my 2 cents regarding this in the gaming industry because it just seems like I have to actually like wonder if gamers like video games. It seems like with every release, it's either got to be game of the year material or it's a bust or a failure or somebody somewhere finds flaws in it or, you know, not afraid to talk down about games and stuff. But like more recently, like the whole Dragon's Dogma 2 fiasco, you got people on there that like, I'm not gonna get it because of those evil microtransactions. Which, to be honest, is probably the least invasive kind of microtransactions. These are like useless for the most part. Everything that you can get, except for like 2 items, are like achievable in game and really don't serve much of a purpose. To me, it's kind of like GTA cash. Like, why would you bother if you can just do missions for cash, right? But to each their own, I suppose. But there seems to be a stigma when it comes to microtransactions online these days. More specifically, like, if a game is good, nobody gives a flying fluff about microtransactions in it at all. Like Helldivers 2, for example, you pay $40, which is not $70, but it's still an upfront cost, and it has microtransactions. But Fox, you can get all those items in the game for free. Just your normal gameplay. Well, you can do that in Dragon's Dogma 2 as well. Go freaking figure. But yet, there's a lot of people online making a huge freaking parade out of it, like it's like some kind of like boon or some sudden realization. Like, of all the types of games out there that have microtransactions and sell them, games like Dragon's Dogma 2 is a weird hill to die on. I'm just saying. Even when it comes to like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which isn't everybody's favorite cup of tea gameplay wise anyways. But its microtransactions are purely cosmetic, which is another thing I consider like a pointless microtransaction. It's there for people who want it, which I question the people who kind of want it, but whatever floats your goat. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. But because the Suicide Squad was seen as bad, all of a sudden the microtransactions are the supreme focus as to why. Because it's considered why the industry is failing and why the games aren't fun anymore. And I just gotta say that, like, in my rambling here, that, games that have microtransactions are different than games that are built around microtransactions. For example, some games out there will limit the experience you get normally. So you buy EXP potions and stuff like that. That's what I consider a bit of an invasive tactic. Higher up that scale of microtransactions that are from, something low as cosmetic or fruitless to something like Diablo Immortal, which is straight up pay to win. Any advantage, really. But it's not like it's a new thing. A lot of games out there have microtransactions. Have you seen Monster Hunter World and other Monster Hunter games and other Capcom games like Resident Evil 4 Remake? That's got all kinds of stupid microtransactions in it too. Like, this isn't new. Like, of all the games, why this one, right? To make the stand on. And it's easy, I think, in the gaming community, especially, to get so worked up over so little. And it's easy to, I don't know, it's like, you can be critical of games. Like, I'm even critical of games that I like and love. But there's a difference between criticism and just straight up mockery. Even games like Golem, which have terrible gameplay, is actually not so bad of a story, actually, all around. I'm not saying go out and get it or anything like that, but, you know, there's a value to every game, and I don't think developers out there ever intend to release a bad game. And while they do follow trends, it feels like there is a push lately to actually make microtransactions less prevalent in the way that, you know, Diablo Immortal or something like that is. Like, if you're going to have microtransactions in your game nowadays, they better be pretty much pointless additions or, you know, stuff that doesn't really matter. Otherwise, people will just, you know, jump on the hate bandwagon and essentially nail it to the cross, so to speak. But basically, my whole rant here is just like, I don't get the attitude amongst gamers for the most part. Like, people are saying, like, this is the worst year ever, or games aren't like what they used to be. And, you know, like, newsflash, even in games in the old glorified Nintendo era, most of the games, even licensed by Nintendo themselves, sucked ass. I'm just saying. Like, for every Zelda and Mario out there was at least 10 games of shovelware out there. You know it, I know it, and it doesn't seem like that rhythm has changed. We need the bad games to pick out what the game of the years are. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think any game is essentially bad, just maybe bad at targeting an audience that it likes, especially in today's freaking climate with social media and garbage like that. You know, like, it's weird to me when gamers wish a game to fail. It's just weird to me to even conceive of that. I can get that some games aren't somebody's cup of tea. I can get that somebody doesn't like microtransactions in their games and all that stuff that we rant and rave about and broken launches, la da 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 da. There's still some people who won't give Cyberpunk 2077 another chance, and it's better now than ever. Gaming itself, in a lot of ways, is better than ever now.